Always wonder about vaccinations. They will always wonder whether it is safe or not. Mostly, I think because vaccines start out in babies that are so young. I mean, they get vaccinations before they even leave the hospital from being born. So people will always wonder whether it's safe or not for themselves, their babies, their children, their pets. They'll always wonder whether vaccines are safe or not. Vaccines are usually shots that are given to prevent or make the effects of a disease not so bad. They are usually dead or weak germs that are put in the vaccine to expose your immune system to the shot. The "What is a vaccine and how does it work" article states that you don't get sick. You don't always get sick. Some people do, but some don't. Some of the not all of the vaccines contain the dead or the germ that comes from the disease at all. They're just usually just the made-up vaccine. But it's all to expose your immune system to that disease so that the next time your immune system is exposed to it, it'll already be familiar with it so it can fight it off. The article Edward Jenner and the Discovery of Vaccine states that the man, Edward Jenner, discovered vaccines. He discovered vaccines first by making a vaccine for smallpox. He also created the name for vaccines. He came up with the smallpox vaccine using, I think it was the cowpox, a different kind of vaccine, a different kind of disease he used in this vaccine to prevent smallpox in humans. Him coming up with the smallpox vaccine has encouraged other scientists and doctors to come up with other vaccines, and that's how we have so many types of vaccines now. It's a very complicated process in making a vaccine. The article Vaccine Development, Testing, and Regulations says that it takes up to 10 or 15 years to make one vaccine. This is mostly because of the whole process. There is 3 different stages. The exploratory was where they explore they do everything in the lab. They'll explore the research and stuff on the disease. The preclinical is where they'll start making up the vaccine, and then the IND application where they apply for the vaccine to be tested and stuff. Then there's phases 1, 2, and 3 go into effect. And these are the phases where it's tested on animals, and then it's tested on people, like small groups of people, and then phase 3 is where it's tested on a big group of people, like it's let out into the public. And then there's also the optional phase 4, where the VARS company will study the side effects and the adverse events of the vaccination. The article Different Types of Vaccine states that all the different diseases and what the vaccines are for. So far we have vaccines for measles, mumps, influenza or flu, the hepatitis A and hepatitis B, yellow fever, rabies, HPV, chickenpox, polio, whooping cough, and many more. This is a chart of whooping cough. It starts out from 1880, where there was up to 900 deaths from the whooping cough, all the way to, it only goes to 1970, and you can see the improvement of the vaccine, like what the vaccine has done since they have made the vaccine for whooping cough. It has decreased so much. there can be side effects when you get a vaccine. Mostly, you know, whenever you get your shot, they'll be sore or red, and it could be sore for days. But there can be rash and fever. There can be sometimes even, obviously, there's many medicines that are made can cause death too. Vaccines, as I stated before, are given to babies mostly. Many more vaccines are given to you as a baby than as childhood or adulthood. They give them a lot of them to their babies because a lot more vaccines that they have developed are for young ages when you get the disease. More likely, it's less likely for you to get to the disease when you're an adult than it is when you're a baby. Like whooping cough it kills babies, but it don't kill adults. So they usually vaccinate you for it when you're a baby instead of an adult. They vaccinate adults for whooping cough so that babies won't be exposed to whooping cough. You can also get vaccinations for your pets. Pets they have vaccines for like rabies and, you know, their different kinds of worms and stuff like that. But people will always wonder about the safety of vaccinations. It don't matter whether they prove that they're 100% safe and nobody's ever going to die from getting the vaccine. People will always wonder about the safety of it, and it won't ever change.